this is not where the yellow switch is.
All right. Testing all the audio and video. Because it's been some time since I've done that, and it's worked. So let's see if that goes through. All right. We seem to be good, guys. Hey, guys. Dante here, and welcome back to my channel, The Burgos Art. And welcome back to another Sunday night art stream. I have been having issues with my streams lately. The last time I went to stream, I was getting error messages. So, fun fact, I use Restream. So, anyone who is watching this on YouTube knows that you can also catch me on Twitch as well. So, follow on both if you can. Just any support is really good right now. But essentially, Restream was giving me an error message saying that both my channels were offline. So I deactivated the channels, these channels being Twitch and YouTube, and then reactivated them. And then I tried to stream. And Twitch did stream. So there's a lot of people who probably didn't see that stream I did just after the holidays. So I streamed it to Twitch, but it wasn't streaming to YouTube. And even though it was streaming to Twitch, both channels still read as offline. And I'm like, what is going on? And after a lot of discussion with an actual person, not a robot, over through Restream, Steven, if that's your real name, but Steven, thank you very much. We found out that as it says, do what it says. We found out that it says offline, it even says offline right now, but it's streaming just fine. Why does it say offline? We don't know. Could be just a error message between Streamlabs and Restream. But the reason why it wasn't streaming to my YouTube channel was because when I reactivated both channels, Twitch and YouTube, the YouTube channel ended up being an old YouTube channel that I don't use. So the YouTube channel I have is called The Burgos Art. The email that it sends messages to is The Burgos Art. All the branding is The Burgos Art, but it was originally created with a different Gmail. I have a The Burgos Art Gmail, but that Gmail is attached to a YouTube channel that doesn't do anything. So don't worry, guys. If you ever search The Burgos Art on YouTube, you will find the main channel. It is the active channel, but there is a channel out there attached to an old Gmail. Or rather, a new Gmail, but it's a defunct YouTube channel. It's complicated. Either way, a lot of things went weird. The stream that I did just after the holidays, it was a wreck in itself. I'll just show you the artwork we did from there. The stream itself had lots of issues, mechanical issues. But we are back. The audio seems to be working just fine, so I'm going to take these off. And I'm going to switch to my regular audio, so that way I can hear any prompts that come up. We're just using some jungle noises in the background for now. Because a lot of the playlists I have on YouTube that claim that they're, well, the playlists are technically copyright free, but since they're basically knockoffs of other songs, they still get flagged for being too similar. So today we're just having some jungle noises. But I'll keep at a low level because that's a lot of birds chattering in the background. Chittering? Cats chitter. Birds chirping in the background. There we go. But anyway, that was the journey I went through. We are back. We are back, baby. I haven't drawn in a long time. So I'm happy to have you guys here. Happy to be here. I've gotten to the habit of moving my microphone from above me to right here in front of me. So hopefully the audio is a lot better. What are we doing today? So, there are many projects I should be working on right now. Well, not many. There are many projects I have in mind. But the main projects are promoting my card games of Tolls and Trolls and Ascending Assassins. Check those out if you can. They're over on thegamecrafter.com. Please check that out. I also have videos on YouTube of me and a few buddies just sitting down and playing those card games. Please check them out. I have a figurine I need to finish sculpting. I know I can finish this figurine. I can finish it with all its gimmicks, and then I can even probably move on to making a mold of it, to make duplicates of it out of a non-sculpted material. Once I have that figurine done, I'm not sure how to sell it, promote it. I don't want to mass produce it myself. But I have a figurine I want to kind of sell the prototype of. The, not copyright, but the patent of. So that's a project I want to work on. And there is the One-Armed Bandit video game, which I need to definitely get back into as well. Those are the 4 projects I'm working on. Well, 3 if you combine the first 2 into a simple advertising spree. But I decided, illustration-wise, I want to try something a little different. I want to try to do something that I can actually draw, get done, and then just print out myself, as opposed to looking for a company to print out comics. And we are doing what is known as a mini zine. So, this is a mini zine. Essentially, it's been around forever. You take a single piece of paper. This is a general layout. You have 1 through 4 pages on this side, and then if you flip it around, front cover, back cover, page 6, page 5. And what you do is, can you see my cursor? I hope you can see my cursor. I forget if the cursor gets picked up on the paper. But anyway, right here, not from end to end, but just in the middle, you cut it. Make a little slice down the middle. And then you fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, and what you end up with, these are 10-page variants, but essentially you get a little comic book, right? I tried a 10-page variant. I don't really like it as much because the first 2 pages are kind of floppy. The actual 8-page comic, each page is a double fold like this. So each page has a density to it. So you make these little comics. People use them as handouts for like protests or whatever. And then essentially you can then open it up. Once again, this is cut differently. This is using a T-cut, which is why it's a bit of a mess. But essentially you could then open it up and do a picture on the backside. So it's a little mini comic that could then be used as a mini poster, right? And I've seen a number of people use this. I came across an individual, or 2 individuals, at conventions I've gone to, who like, one of them did it for like small subject matter. One guy, his entire table was that. Just real elaborate artwork and really cool on one side and really cool like mini comics. So I kind of got this idea, a wonderful, horrible idea. Yeah, I know I probably misquoted that. So I want to do mini comics. I want to do a series of mini comics. Kind of Pulp Fiction-esque, really like blunt, to-the-point storylines. It kind of forces you to condense a story as best as you can. And the idea is I'm right now doing one series. This is the first comic. It will probably be 4 short stories in this format. Put them together, and then I'm going to put them in a box. Roughly the size of a tarot card box, because that's how big these actually end up being. And then I'll sell individual boxes as an anthology series. So the overall anthology series is about Lab 37. And if you've watched any of my old, if you've probably seen my old Inktober videos, Lab 37 was kind of the theme I went with last year, which was like, what if everything is happening in this unknown science lab? This crazy, are they good, are they evil, are they just having fun kind of science lab? So the idea is this. Each box will be a story, or rather a series of stories from Lab 37. This series will be about 4 comics. I think that's how many could fit into a box, or once you fold them all up. Known as the Micro Menace. In story, it is subject M2. So that's what we're doing, guys. We are making little mini comics. Open. This is the result of the last stream that didn't end up on YouTube. So this is him. Some changes might be made. But this big hulking gorilla pit bull looking creature is known as Subject M2. Subject M2, when he basically burns through his energy, shrinks down into a tiny little, almost like a totem, like a little stone statue, if you would. He petrifies, and thus is given the name the Micro Menace. I want to go with temperature. In the cold, he expands. In the heat, he shrinks. It's the opposite of some stuff. But he is the menace. He is the Micro Menace. And our lovely lady, our leading lady, is this lovely lady right here. She is Brooke B. Beauty. And these are the first 3 pages I have so far. Well, 2 and almost. Like I put a reference in there to use. And this is for fun. Black and white comics. Really silly, really kind of pulpy storytelling, if that makes sense. So yeah, sneak peek. Here's the first one. Hidden deep. Excuse me. Hidden deep in the structure known as Lab 37, there are many strange things, one of which is known as Subject M2. Is it for the betterment of man, or a bid for world conquest? Who can say? Not Brooke B. Beauty. She is a gorgeous, intelligent, yet gullible. An advertisement just kicked up. Kind of ruined the mood. We are switching to a different music track then. Because I'm not going to have advertisements just leap in randomly. Where do we leave off? She is a gorgeous, intelligent, yet gullible woman with plans of greatness. But will her plans survive what's in store? The second page, we have this. Yes, so Brooke B. Beauty. Big, curly, puffy blonde hair. Very well endowed woman. Just kind of meant to resemble a blonde bimbo, but she's not a blonde bimbo. She's gullible, but she's actually very intelligent. And she says, "I'm so excited. I'm only 2 days away from finishing my internship." Then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to Dr. Beauty. She actually is going for a doctorate. And this is what I mean about the pulpy nature of it. Just like heavy text from like the narration, really to the point kind of stuff. Little did she know that a horrible accident had occurred. Oh my God! All the doctors are dead. But before she can get help, Brooke slips and falls onto an odd, glowing puddle of goo. Yuck! Oh no! Oh no! Is this the biojuice from the specimen tank? That must mean, and the next page is going to be Specimen M2 is loose, and it's gonna be that's when you have like the big reveal of this guy, but just kind of screaming at the camera at the viewer. And yeah, I'm kind of like just winging it. You should do thumbnails. You should really plan the spacing for all of these, but I didn't. I have not. So I think the idea is, I think there's gonna be a big, primarily kind of like a splash cover, or splash page of just M2, just like yelling, just screaming over her. Then then we'll have him like a step-by-step panel of him like getting tired and shrinking. Somehow we'll fit the dialogue box in there explaining why. And then she'll take him and put him somewhere safe to keep him warm. And then she'll like run out the lab, afraid she'll get in trouble. And the back cover is kind of like the wrap up. So it's kind of a wrap up, but also it doesn't give away the story, because most comic books in the back, or most books, give you a basic description of the book, but in the back I'll use it as a kind of in between. So if someone reads it, it doesn't really ruin the story, but it does end the story. It'll probably read something along the lines of, will Miss Beauty escape? Will she be blamed for the horrible things? And etc., etc., etc. So I think I'll use the back cover as an actual like endpoint, as opposed to a what's it called? The back description. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see if we can finish up page 3, and just use this reference I quickly grabbed offline. Let's see. So, also, this has been really good practice for me. Understanding how to use the word bubbles, how the word bubbles work. There's a whole bunch of tools in this program I just have not used. I'm using Clip Studio Art, the free version of it. It still covers a lot of stuff. So those are inks. And inks 0.5 are really rough, like really rough cross-hatching. I'm doing like really, really rough cross-hatching. Alright, so we're on the ink layer. Let's unlock that ink layer. And where is this reference coming from? Not that one. I'm just making sure everything's locked that I don't want to move around. Yeah, but last night I actually found out a lot, just trial and error of how the word bubbles work. Just like this, clicking things and seeing how they merge together. Where is this reference? Okay, she's in this. She's not that. There we go. That's the layer. But she should be beneath the inks. And we're going to unlock her. We're going to shrink it down. I just want to get a good, like, a kind of idea where we're standing with the proportions and everything. You know what? Let's play it safe. We're going to go ahead. And do a layer in our light blue. That way we don't, what's it called? So I'm going to have to slide this leg beneath that one to make it make more sense. So it'd be more like that. There we go. Now the issue is I don't know. Like she's right now just wearing like this over the shoulder boulder holder of a tank top. I'm not sure why I want to have her wearing like a mini skirt. Like I'm kind of like, I normally don't make characters like that, but I think I think of like, she's a professional, but she hasn't had time to change. That's what's going on right now. Bit of a high heel here. There we go. And she came to the office, and before she even had a chance to, before she had, that was weird. There we go. Before she had a chance to even change into her proper hazmat uniform, all this nonsense has happened to her. And like I said, normally I don't draw like super exaggerated like breast and whatnot, but like for this, that's kind of like the joke of it all. No, actually the hand is in a good spot. I was gonna move the hand up. We'll stick almost exactly with this anatomy because the hand seems about right in its positioning. It's her. But which arm has it? It's her left arm. Yeah, her left arm has a bracelet on it. Continuity. It's important. one of the things I have to remember is that just because a character's talking doesn't mean you need to have their mouth open all the time. In a comic. Come on. Like, it's not animation where it needs to be open at the time. You can have them like just grimace, and then like that, and then have them say their line. You know. Makes it a whole lot easier. It's just really, like I said, it's just really big puffy hair. How long it is, I'm not too sure yet. I'm thinking definitely like. Definitely shoulder length for sure. Let's not forget, I'm also drawing. So this is at 0.4 pixels. So like, the lines might seem really thick, but that's because I'm just zoomed in really thick, really closely. That was the wrong layer. Luckily, it's not a big deal. Whew. That was a weird sneeze. I hate when that happens. Excuse me. That's our basic layout. That them hips and ass look weird. There we go. I tried to make it. I made her too thin. That's what it was. Okay. All right. We're going to use this. There we go. As our starter ink sketch. Let's try and get that face right. Nope, too much. There we go. I also have guide layers telling me just how much I could fudge the where it's going to be cropped, if that makes sense. When I zoom out, I'll give a better example. but essentially this gray line is where the paper folds, right? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna zoom out. Okay. So you can see the guidelines I did all on the edge, right? I did that in expectation of it not printing to the edge, because a lot of papers don't print to the edge, which is why that is a 1/4 inch, which is why all the text on the first page is inside that 1/4 inch. The black could go past that. To kind of mimic that border, since all the outer edges are 1/4 inches, essentially, every page, the bottom of every page is gonna have a 1/4 inch gap. No matter what, the bottom of every page is gonna have that. Pages 4 will have it on the side. Pages 1 will have it on the side. The cover will have it on the side, and pages 5 will have it on the side. So to stick close to that, I did 1/4 inches all around, so I could just fudge it with the pages I know which are going to be on the inside. Just get close to it, but I wouldn't want to do that too much on the bottom, which is why this word bubble is high above it, and she's high above it right now. We're keeping the lines really simple because, in truth, it is going to be all small scale. I'm actually not giving her too much cleavage because the idea is that she's just kind of letting them hang free. So you're not gonna get much cleavage when you let them hang free. I also want really simple, like it's just a flat black top, like it's like I'm choosing just when. Just sometimes you gotta use those heavy shades. Look at the stuff done by the guy who made Hellboy, or was it the guy who illustrated the Hellboy comics? Like lots of just straight up just white. No, sorry, no, it's black out areas. It's completely blacked out areas. I forgot I drew the other foot on the reference layer. Which means, nope. You need to be moved. I think I placed it right about there. There we go. She's essentially just wearing all black. Just the black high heels, black like little mini skirt, black tank top. So some heads up, not really updates, but heads up. I've applied for Fanfare NYC. I've seen that bounce around on Instagram here and there. It is, from what I could tell, a convention that's actually held in School of Art and Design. Correction. I'm not sure if it's in the School of Art and Design. It is in an art school though. Fanfare NYC. Art and Design High School. Art and Design High School. I've applied for that to have a table there. Hopefully, I'll get a table. It's seems like a nice little spot. It's in an art school, so you know people are gonna show up no matter what. You're gonna get people in there, you know, checking out artwork. So, yay! Yeah. So I've applied for that. I've also sent them an application for Long Island Retro Gaming, so definitely check that out as well. I've done retro gaming before. Long Island Retro Gaming is very nice. I didn't do it last year. I think I got stuck on a wait list because I waited too long. Definitely check them out. If you into retro gaming, which now, you know, time moves forward, so N64, the Wii, and PlayStations, like, they are technically all retro now. It is a very fun convention held in a very nice location. It is known as the Cradle of Aviation in Long Island. So essentially, you get to play, like, once you buy a ticket for Long Island Retro Gaming, you go just play video games free all day. They just have tons of arcades. They got consoles hooked up, so and each console has like a different game attached to it. And you just walk around and just play. They have like Mario Kart, which never goes out of style. N64 Mario Kart, you can play that for free. Bring your kids. It's a very nice convention, and I do hope to get a table this year. It's a bit of a trek for me to get there, but it's a good convention though. Like, I'm willing to do the trek, you know. Yeah, so it's Fanfare NYC, and then much later Long Island Retro. And in between that, I'm gonna aim for Brooklyn Comic Con, as I like to do. Brooklyn Comic Con is always very nice. Maybe this year I'll do 5 points every year. 5 points and Brooklyn Comic Con overlap each other every single year, which I think is just stupid. Like, they're both losing out on like revenue when they do that. But I was not in the past few years. 5 Points Festival waits a while to update like when they're gonna be doing their thing. Like, the reason I do Brooklyn Comic Con is because 5 Points never freaking updates their ticket sales quick enough. So I don't want to do that because then it shows her belly. What I mean is, like, I would love to try just 1 year to, 5 Points Fest, but I don't want to miss out on a convention, so I just go with the fact that Brooklyn Comic Con. That looks good. I like that. Brooklyn Comic Con shows up first, so there you go. I almost forgot. I purposely do a heavy outline around her hair, like a heavy silhouette, if that makes sense. Did I do all the hair just the outside? Nope, I did the whole hair like that. Okay. That is the wrong color. Nope. Cancel. Cancel. What am I doing? Oh, that's why. X flips between your two color palettes. Control X does something else. Then I'll drop in some very light cross hatching for the hint of shading. But I gotta first figure out. Once again, just doing black and white, so I gotta figure out how to draw the goo that she has accidentally fallen into. Should it be pure black like the blood above her? But I do describe it as a glowing goo. So maybe we should just do a line and do light, like just do a basic outline of the glue and then glue of the goo and then have like glowing lines off of it. Let's see. Just to be safe, I'm going to lock this layer. Lock that layer. Don't know why I did that. But yes, lock that layer. Get rid of the reference. We don't need you anymore. Thank you for your service. Okay, let me unlock this. I'm going to get rid of the blue lines. Alright, so we're going to use this as... Maybe I should stick with the thicker pencil in this. Just... Why? Oh. Nope, that's too far out. Let's try again. Yeah, keep it clear. I'm thinking, zoom in a little bit. Nope. Narrow that down a bit. Nope. Zoom in. Doing really blocky lines to indicate glowing? I don't know. Well, Some of these are too blocky. They need to be almost like exclamation points, just like longer lines. Beams of light. Not little squares, literal beams of light coming off of her. Probably get rid of the bottom one. I have to remember this is gonna be printing out small, so I don't want to like fill up every single corner. There's no need for, it's the composition issue. I don't want to fill up every corner with something. This particular page already has a lot on it. In fact, let me turn this off. All right. Since this page is already pretty dense with stuff, and I think just keeping it white with a black outline around it, because it's meant to be a glowing goo, so that should work. I just got a ping on my phone. Okay, that don't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter. Good. Anyway, it is the 4th of the new year. Not 4th of July. And I hope everyone who could enjoy the holidays enjoyed it. There's different winter holidays of all type. Hope you're able to take time to just enjoy it in whatever way. Stay home and drink eggnog. Stay home and drink wine. Go out and visit the family. Visit the family while drinking eggnog. I don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Because as of today, on the 4th of the new year, things have happened. We all know what those things are, especially if you're in the good old USA. And a lot of us are worried. All right. Now is the money shot. So, I'm thinking, at the very bottom, we have the back of her head kind of silhouette. With a little word bubble that says, subject M. Or rather, subject M is loose, and we just And then we have the rest of it, the rest of the panel, rest of this basically page, just being the creature's face screaming. But we are trying to figure out storytelling, which means we have 2 more pages worth of illustration. I don't want to have illustration on the back of the book. So I'm thinking the next page after that, as I said earlier, will probably show him shrinking down, with a little explanation as to what's happening, and then her then taking him and then running out the lab. Just gotta find ways to fit that in there. So let's see if we can start with her. But first, let me combine these 2 layers. So all the major ink layer are combined. Now we have a background layer for shadowing and stuff. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that rough, really rough cross hatching and screw it up. But speaking of which, what's going on over here? There we go. All right. Lock that down. Page 3 is done. Page 1 should also be locked just in case. And we're going to a new layer. To start a new page. Let's start with the text. Usually I'm gonna for this I've been kind of starting with the text and working around that. T for text. And I hate the fact that it always defaults to a white background. This should be a black text with that font. Shrink it down. Alright. Oh, it's also upside down. Gotta flip it. Sorry, just checking something real quick. What is going on? There we go. Sorry, everyone. You're watching a dyslexic figure something out while it's backwards. Doop. So I'm thinking that's regular font. Should we? There we go. Yeah. Okay. First things first. So I'm having fun with, and like I said, I'm having fun with the word bubbles in this program now. You know what? No, I'm going to draw the exclamation point. It's more fun that way. The only thing I don't like is that this doesn't... It does that. It makes a line first. Which I never understood. I just want to shrink it down, baby. I have to do it on two sides like that. See what I mean? No, come on, I want this one. There we go. I can tell it's not perfect. Can I select it and then... Yes, I can. Nice. Working backwards, baby, but it works. Just gonna do a different one altogether. Something's not right with this text. Ah, there it is. It's like a hint of red to it. There we go. Nope. Okay, let's pull that back. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Now comes the struggle. Nope, I don't want it that. I don't want I want this. I want... Nope. Come on. Give it to me. Fine. Maybe I should just do this instead. Doop. Doop. There we go. You're right there. In fact, I'm going to pump it up. Pump it up. I like it when it kind of explodes out of the wood bubble. It's kind of fun that way. And then, frick. There we go. Click away with a new tool. And once again, it does that thing where it always do. I gotta find a way to change that. I'm sure there's like a setting as to why it freaking always starts on white. Try this again. Subject M2. Rotate. That way I could choose my own distance. There we go. I like that. Back it up. Back it up, baby. All right. Nope. Not what's meant to happen. Come on. Is that everything? Am I clicking everything here? Gonna be a jerk? Come on. Just give it to me. There we go. What a jerk. Yeah, I'll do on this side. That way I could fit this exclamation point without it going off the page. And then we grab a tail. Yes, I do want to do that. Alright, let's grab a tail. Put it at 50. And they can have her like, ah. Alright. Step 1 complete. Took us a little bit, but step 1 complete. I want to get one of those classic, like, women screaming. That's going to turn a silhouette into it. I am cheating. I am using a lot of, like, reference, like, images and just tracing the silhouette and then using it from there. Pulp comic. Woman, don't cry. Woman screaming. Yep, there we go. A whole bunch of references. I'm looking for an actual classic reference, not something new that someone today has drawn. That looks good. I'm looking for like actual. Oh god, that's Etsy. Freaking obvious like AI on Etsy. I'm looking for like old like actual hand-drawn posters. The horror, the drama, like that. Those kind of like over the top things. Like the birds when she's just screaming from the movie The Birds. Let's do 1950s poster. Oh, found one. We're searching. Is this an actual poster? Cicada attack? Anderson Design Group. No. Horror. There we go. Looking for horror. Here's a good one. It's in bad resolution, which is perfect. Copy image. And paste image. And rotate image. And flip image. So I want to use like so it is going to be like a silhouette of her screaming. It's going to be just the very top of her, more or less. So we're going to reposition the hands. Yeah, okay. So let's do some repositioning to get a good silhouette. Why does it say I cannot? Something selected? Deselect? Oh. Using the wrong tool. Wrong tool. Yeah, I want to have a good... Plenty of room to work with. Yeah, select tool. Let's get the lasso. that. Transform. Hit OK. Just deselect that for a minute. Nope. Deselect that. Thank you. Yeah, because this will be... Yep. So, let's imagine, right? And then magic wand. Would it be invert selection? Yeah, might be invert selection. There we go. So on a whole new layer. What is going on? Back up. Back it up. Now, oh, I think I know what's going on. Yeah. All right then. Let's go do it the hard way. I guess we'll have to draw something. You know what? I'm going to combine these two fingers. So it's reversed. It's not this hand. Good. Funny enough, she is wearing something on this hand, but it's not the hand we're working with. That did not work. Something's open. Oh, that is open. This is open. Oh, still not working. What's open? Something's open around here. Oh. That's open. There we go. Let's fill in the gaps. And then maybe we'll do some little white highlights to break up the form a bit more. There we go, it's better. So I was telling my friend Kratorius Rex, that was doing this. That was going. I'm like, yeah, it's a great way to like burn through some random concepts. You have a creature idea, but not too sure, a story for them. A little Pulp Fiction comic can go a long way. Now this is from behind, so I wonder if I should use this as. Let me try something. I'm gonna switch to white for a minute. Should I even bother? Nah, I'll leave it as a silhouette. Because if I do that, it breaks it up weird, especially because of the hairline. So this is gonna be the fun page where I gotta like find a good way to draw at least the monster's face. Because I made the monster like last minute. Like I wasn't really thinking too much of a design. I'm a little mixed on the design, but I don't want to go too Lovecraftian. Yeah, it's a creature that's escaped from a lab, but I don't want to go too Lovecraftian. I still want it to be like man-made. So I think the big muscle-bound dude we have here might work well. It's just this kind of like hulking creature. I just want to have a shot of his face just yelling like at her with his claws out. This guy's already munched on several scientists in the lab. What's one damsel? What's one more damsel? It won't ruin his diet, You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the bracelet. It just kind of messes with the silhouette a bit too much for my liking. And I don't think we're going to even need the elbow all the way down to the bottom. We could probably just like... Yeah, I'm using the eraser instead, just in case. That works. What doesn't work is the placement of the word bubble tail. I gotta fix that. Nope. Delete. I'm gonna try a little different. That's better. Then we're gonna do something fun. Check this out. First things first, we need to select. Nope. Wait. Real simple trick. I mean, I could do with a pen as well. What I'm gonna do is add. Come on. Don't be a jerk. Why are you not working? It worked before. Huh. You know what? So what I was trying to do, you guys can't see it, but there's a way to just put an outline around something, and I was going to just do a white outline around that text, but it doesn't want to do it. So what I'm... Oh, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Why won't you do it? You know what? Maybe. Nope. Why won't you let me put a white outline around you? Or does it not do it separately? Let me check something. Yep, it's doing it around. Dang it! It's doing it around the word bubble. It won't. It's doing it around the word bubble, not the text. So we are gonna have to go in there by hand. First things first. This is our. That's our ink layer. That's our damsel layer. I don't need the damsel anymore. Goodbye, damsel. Yes, delete the damsel. Save the ink layer. And we are going to cheat. I am going to go and make a layer of white. And we're just going to get up in there. Just going to do that. Fudge it, we'll do it live. You know, so I'm not really going crazy with like cool text and stuff. Most of the text I have is a text that came with the program, so it's not really like elaborate. But if I could do little things like this, just straight up like breaking barriers, man. Yeah, man. I want to put an exclamation. I want to draw an exclamation mark right here, but I have a feeling that it's gonna look like a penis once I put the character in it because it's almost centered. We have to figure that out real quick. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try what we can do. Go try something. Try something crazy. Center. There we go. Steady. I'm rotating it so when I move it, technically the whole picture is upside down. So when I move on the navigation window, it's on reverse. That's cute. It works. Alright. Those popping noises are me locking down my layers. Alright. So. Here's our guy. Right? Big old square jaw. Tiny little bulldoggy bat ears. For like little bat ears, little bat nose. Can't see his eyes, but I'm thinking just this forward, like claws out kind of thing going on. So we're gonna try and see what we could do. We're gonna try and see if we can come up with something nice. Ooh, I'm not gonna use for reference. It just came to mind. Monsters Inc. Is it Sully? Sully's roar. Yeah, because he looks at the camera and he roars. Yeah, that's the kind of pose I'm looking for. That's the exact pose I'm looking for. And I was like, it's from the first movie. Because the second movie, he's a teenager and looks more cute. He's like, ah. But... So I just want like that blocking. Like the layout, but I'm going to completely change the face. I don't want to be one-to-one. Come on now. Copy image. Yeah, I'm looking for something like that. It's very rectangular. So I could put the roar above him of him actually screaming at her. She's at an angle. Something like that. Just gotta find a way to do the. How am I gonna fit him and his? I could do him like that, like really like one hand up, one hand down. So that might work. Yeah, let's I just want to get that. I just want to get that angle. So. Lasso 2. Nope. M. So I want to get this hand out of the freaking way. Cut and paste, cut and paste. No, I just want to move you. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yep. Yep. Then I can put a bunch of drool coming off the side of it as well. Okay. Deselect. And I could. Right around there. Yeah, now we're going to draw it and fill out, you know, give him that big bottom jaw that kind of hangs off to the side so it takes up the empty space. Put the roar right above him. Yeah, reference. You know, you could trace a silhouette. You can get that pose really down, but then learn to use it. Learn to twist it and turn it and make it yours. Don't just leave it the way it is. I just realized something from the previous page. Well, first things first, I want to move all of this into its own folder. Page 3 has a problem. We have a problem on page 3. Is that you? That's you. We forgot to put a tail on this. If you like it, that's what is going on there. What is that? What is that? What am I erasing? Anything? Something? Did I erase something? Did I erase something? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh. Resonant hit unlock. I hit new layer. So a little layer popped up. I was like, where'd that layer come from? Nope, that is way too jacked up. Let's try again. Nope, move it down. So close. I could feel it. Yeah, we'll go with that. That is good. Lock that layer. Okay, Sully. Shrink you to... not shrink you, but... Fade away! What's that meme where the guy's like... in the picture just fades away in the background? It's like... Woo. Anyway. That's our ink layer. I really like that ink layer, so I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to just make a new ink layer. This is our new ink layer for now. And, reference. You most likely cannot see it. But I opened up, I took the, if I click it, do you see it? No, you don't see it. Over on my left, on the screen on the left, is the image of our boy, the actual, Subject M, the Micro Menace. And he's gonna, that's what I'm using for my reference right now. Okay. So he has tiny eyes, though. Little dot eyes. Underneath, big, chunky eyebrows. Not even eyebrows, just a chunky, As if I just realized I am using 0.6, not 0.5. I mean, not 0.4. That's okay. We can always fix that. Sully does have a very narrow face, to be honest. It's just his hairy chin and his mouth is what's really large. So we are gonna use that. We're gonna not follow that at all because my guy has a big jawline. He has big bony protrusions. And a big, heavy chin. To be honest, I could probably drop that down even further if I wanted to. Because I want to put the jaw over here. So the jaw is actually like crooked compared to the top. This jaw should square off here. Do that. There we go. The head does that. I think the nose should be a bit more bat-like. A bit more pointed. Yeah. I feel like this is something where I'm going to want to put a lot of like as many small details as I can into this particular part right here. Like little shading, little bumps and bruises and whatnot. That chin should be definitely squared off. More like, yeah, more like that. I can feel my posture slipping. I can feel my spine bending. Is this what it means to be an artist? Give him some irregular teeth as well. Not all super sharp. Probably put some scratches and cuts in there too at some point. Give him like messed up ridges. What I want to do is definitely black out all around the eye. And then lean heavily into cross hatching. It's like it's just the eye disappears into little dots. Yeah, that's looking better. Do. Get up all up in those nostrils. The head, I think the head's weird. Yeah, the head, that's not right. His head. It's more like. There we go. Then we can also like correct the smoothness of it. have got to correct the thickness on these freaking eyebrows. There we go. Should I pull? I'm thinking. I should pull this side back a bit more. There we go. Should give him tiny fangs. Like that really unsettling, like way too many teeth kind of thing going on. And then swollen gums, yeah. Maybe a little bigger. Who there? Who that? Hey, Red. Good to see you. Hope the holidays were good to you. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on my mini comic, The Micro Menace. That's what you need to do, man. You need to do it, man. Hey! Good to see you. I'm really happy with this. Since you guys just jumped in. I'm using, I know I wanted, like, this pose, I just couldn't figure out how to get it. So I looked up freaking Sullivan. What's his first name? The other guy's name is Mike Wazowski. What is this guy's name? They call him Sully, but what's his full first name? I always forget his first name. I always think he's Mike Sully. It's not. It's Mike Wazowski and something Sullivan. James Sullivan. Anyway, yeah. So I just want to use it to kind of get like a layout, like a, you know, a setup. A lot of this I've just been like, the woman on the bottom, the silhouette on the bottom is just, I found a poster of an old, I typed in 1950s woman screaming in horror. So I got a nice silhouette of that. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun just trying to cram a story into literally just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages to the front and back are covers, of course. So how can you tell a story as limited as it is in 6 pages? Good time. Tell us, what is Hong Kong 97? Is it a, I mean, it sounds like it's a beat 'em up, but for all I know, it could be a romantic RPG. I just dropped the top to my water. Stand by. There's only so many places it could go. I'm an old man. Oh. So I got these nice, side note, I got these nice, like, lime green. Technically, they glow in the dark. Earbuds for, like, super cheap. They're like $8. And they work just fine. They're freaking great for, like, $8. You've reached that point now where you can get them cheap and they're just fine. You know? And I want to use them on the stream just to reduce the amount of wires. But first I have to figure out how to hook them up to the... Bluetooth to the computer is one thing. Bluetooth to Streamlabs is another thing. So I was able to get it onto Streamlabs, so I could hear the music as I work, but it would not ping for when I get chat notification. It did ping, I believe, for like, you know, subscribers and followers, but like, you know, why split the difference? Just go with the cord and stick with it, you know. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. You play the Bruce Lee's Bruce Lee's cousin? Really? Chin Lee, okay. Wait. So you're Bruce Lee's cousin. Baiting the Chinese communist, but it's a single screen shooter. So it's a shooter with a plot of you being Bruce Lee's cousin. Alright, why not? Why not, man? Freaking Overwatch has an entire arching storyline that you'd never see in the game. You'd never see in the game anyway. Why not? Why not just go balls to the walls with like storytelling? I just do gaping maw. I don't know. This vacuumous gullet. Give me a second, guys. I'm kind of in the zone. I did hear the ping go off. I heard the ping go off again. I will check the chat. My phone's also pinging for some reason. Trying to see if I can get a good, like, just enough cross hatching to give you a sense of depth and shadow without going too crazy. Oh, that's the wrong layer. That's why I can't erase that. There we go. Looks a bit too swollen. I want it. You know what? That's the issue. I made it swollen, not concave. That's the issue. That was my mistake. It should be concaved. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? That broke me. I'm sorry. Wait, what? He's supposed to make my screenshot of Jackie. Alright, okay. Before I even look at it, I'm trying to imagine when you say it's represented by a screenshot of Jackie Chan. So like what? Like the more you proceed in the game, does the Jackie Chan picture begin to like degrade or something? Do we get like a Street Fighter ending screen where it's like you start off looking really nice as Chun-Li, but when you kick her ass, she has like a swollen eye? It's just like, what? Oh man, I will check it out. I have to check it out now. Damn you! Damn you! Oh, for the intro. Okay. Poorly made, but you love it. Why am I struggling with this? Part of me thought maybe like once like I'm doing this by the seat of my pants. Like I didn't really have a monster in design. I just kind of created something at the last minute. So like I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him like rows and rows of teeth. You know, does his top jaw match his bottom jaw? That kind of thing. In case you're wondering, I am doing these little crosshatches on a separate layer, just to be safe. Random question, Red, semi-random question. Red, do you watch Stranger Things? I know the series just ended. I know I've had people tell me that like over the course of the series, it had like its ups and downs. Was that ever your thing? Was that show your thing at any point? Just curious. A lot of people tell me that they loved the series when it first started. When it first started, it had like a horror vibe. Then it went a little silly. Like the vibe apparently changed from season to season. Not that it got bad, but like it just wasn't how the way it first started. I've had a few people tell me that one season's better than the other. That is like it fluctuates. I'm not sure if it managed to pull it all back though. Stranger Things, because the series like literally just ended, so there are a bunch of people online like talking about it, and it's just a show that like my sister when it first came out, she was like, "You gotta watch it, you gotta watch it," you know. Everyone tells me season 1 was good, and that it got a little odd later on. Like, whether you liked it or not depends on like if you like the fact that it felt a little different. Oh, so so my question's this: if it was going to be an anthology series, when was that changed? Like, is the first season self-contained enough where it makes sense as an anthology series? Like, could you watch the first season and doubt? You know, it's like Legend of Korra. Legend of Korra was only originally slated for only one season, and then they got the okay and began writing other stuff. So I wonder if the first season could have been watched on its own, and then that's that. I'm sure you're gonna find some people out there who are like, Stranger Thing purist. No, only the first season's canon. The rest of it doesn't count. Okay, you know what? We've been fiddling with this guy's maw this whole time. Did not mean to do that. Let's move on to the rest of it. I'm gonna file and save that right now, just in case. Not too sure. I could fit the roar in there. That's not him roaring, but just gotta figure out how to do it. I also need to do a slight adjustment. I feel I need to do a slight adjustment. Ah, frick. There we go. What about there? That way I could also move the exclamation point. The exclamation point was like, it's touching in a weird way. I don't like it when they touch. Just need to move them like right about there. I also should change that from an erase point to a white mark. Why is that not working? Deselect. Okay, it's on top of it. That's why. Those inks on top. There we go. Better. I feel better. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Okay. So there's our reference once again. Now our boy has big gorilla forearms and he has 3 fingers, which works like this too. So I can make this work. Might not even need like these exact reference, but good to have it. Let me reduce the Sullivan. Oh, there we go. I'm going to name this Ink Face. And I'm going to do the hands on a separate layer because it's going to slightly overlap in his face. So I don't want to jank that up. Hiccups. Hiccups for days. Yeah. Okay. Let's do some cleanup. Make a bit more sense of this. Get rid of that. I don't want to put the claw in front of the word bubble. Let's do some black silhouettes. That looks good. If I go in here and remove the crossing over lines. Yeah. Okay, so what we did on the hand, we're gonna start doing around the face, blacken that out. Can I fit a roar in there? That's the question. Let's take a minute. I want to see. Okay, that's hands. I want to see if we could fit some text on top. Now, the one thing I haven't figured out yet in this program, which I know it has to have, is how to do text on a line. Because Photoshop had that. Like, original Photoshop had that. I know there's a whole... I'm actually flipping through a whole bunch of things right now that are like word bubbles and the 3D models you could use. Like crazy, like preset word bubbles and everything. But the text is the one thing I'm not sure how to do on a path. So I could just do, well, standby. You'll see. Come on. White. Okay. Now all the text so far has been the same text. For him, I want to see if I can find something that looks a bit more janky. A bit more aggressive. Yeah, right before I did the stream, I was like, oh, I gotta do these dishes. Cause I'm not gonna do dishes when the stream's done. Thank you for dropping by, man. Head out. See you later. So, copy paste, copy paste. Yes, no, what's going on? This layer. Why won't you just copy and paste it? Thank you. Jeez. Whoop. Oh. 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 Wham. I did it just enough times. Okay. Oh. Ooh. A. Yeah, I did it. So you could copy and paste into one, because it's a group in the layer. I am learning things about this program I did not know, and I like it. Then I grab this R. Nope, just the R. And rotate it just a little bit. Then I could probably grab the whole thing. No, all of it, all of it, all of it. Grab all of it. Can I just merge these? And merge them, and do they stay as a text layer? They stay as a text layer. Holy, love it. Love it, love it, love to see it. Wait, what if I put it here? And then in my white layer, as I called it. Bam. Nope, wrong one. White should be, nope. Oh no, it should be beneath the raw layer. There we go. Woo! That is fun. So I could do copy and paste into the same layer, and it's a group. It handles text as a group. The more you know. Okay, let's get back to the hands. Everything's locked, right? Yeah, let's get back to the hands. You got big old like sloth hands. Change that. Nope, change that. Change it to that. So we're gonna just, once again, we're gonna use Sully and his big old change that. Let's change that. Now that's probably going to get cut off a little bit. That's fine. Change that a little bit because we're working on the edge here, so the edge of the paper is going to get cut off. That's the printing edge, but that's okay. Then I go into face layer. I'm gonna erase the ear. We're gonna have to get rid of the ear anyway. Get rid of Sully. Bam! Alright, alright. So I'm going to go ahead. That's the face layer. And the hands. So hands and face are going to be combined to one layer. Select. There. So he's all there. Freaking dyslexia. Instead of labeling my layers as inks, I tend to write kinks. Do with that as you wish, people. Alright. So I'm going to do another layer. And we're going to dedicate... The hands have cross-hatching built into them. But I'm going to do another layer just for cross-hatching. And I think I'm going to probably... The hands are like... The shadows are more like on the inside. So I'm trying to think... Should we just have shadows on the edge of his face? Like the light is on his face, pretty much. We'll figure it out. We'll figure that part out. There we go, having those shadows spread out a bit more. Yeah, having the shadows spread out a bit more. Just going loose with it, man. Have him... Yeah, in no way is this like really, really clean. Let me do a little bit of shadow here. A little messy around the eyes. Let's fix that up. Now, part of me is thinking, what if we just go heavy black on the edges? Only on the edges. Like, don't dip in. It's like almost like a silhouette. I'm not sure if I want to go all black around him. But just almost like he's emerging from the shadows. Which means something like that to separate from the rest. Okay, we're trying something. We're trying something here. And because it is all black and white, granted, my printer's acting funny. I was going to say I could do a test print, but my printer is acting funny. One printer has black ink, but says it, it has black ink, but says it doesn't. Or rather, correction, it says it has black ink, but won't print black ink. The other printer has all the colors, but it's doing that stupid thing where it makes lines, like as many times as I clean the printer heads, it still does that like broken up line. Okay, let's back up for a minute. Oh, you know where else needs it? Right here. Hey, wait a minute. Why does my white layer not have a little breakup right there? A little breakup right here. There we go. There. Then I switch back, add the black. Why can't I see that layer? What is on top? Wait, so that's that. That's white. No, that's that. Oh, just a little overextension on the... No, wait. Wait, what's disappearing? That's disappearing. Alright, we have a little overextension on that white. Let me erase that. There we go. There we go. I think that's good. I want to say that's pretty much it. Any more shading, I feel like he's gonna get lost. I don't want to flood the entire background with black lines. In fact, with that being said, I could probably thin this down a pinch. There we go. What's in that layer? I have a layer that's locked. What are you? What is going on? Who are you? What are you? What do you belong to? Are you a layer that shouldn't be here? I'm flicking a layer on and off, making sure I didn't drag it from one of the other folders by accident. Okay. Double checking. Something's going on. Something's happening. Oh, I'm an idiot. I took away too many layers. Okay. So who's who? Okay. So this is Brooke. That's Brooke. That's her layer. That's Sully's layer. We do not need Sully anymore. We're getting rid of him. That is M. That's the monster, or M2. That's M2. That's his layer. I once again have a layer that's labeled number 5. Not showing anything. He goes bye-bye. Okay. That's our shading layer. Now if I move this behind, that works too. Okay. We're gonna lock that. We're gonna lock that. That is the text for subject M is loose. This is the layer that says roar. And if I then activate beneath that the white layer, I think we got it. Yeah. I could try and fill up to the space right above her head. With like spittle coming out of his mouth, but that's a bit much, I think. I think in the white layer, I am going to, and I'm slouching by the way. My buttocks is sinking. That's not right. Oh, because the white layer is above that text. Okay, so I think in shading, I think in both M and shading, I want to remove, well first, let's do a little bit of M. And then we do a little bit of shading. Back to M, I want to make sure we can see all of this. Back to the shading. Remove that a pinch. There we go. Yeah. Go back to M. Let's lock that. Go back to shading. Let's finish up some shading on the tooth. On the back end of this tooth. be a bit much. There we go. I am not too big on these jagged. This isn't even shading. It's just jagged lines. I'm not really big on that. Let's fix that. There we go. All right. I could do a small bit of shading, maybe on the eyebrows, above the eyebrow, because it comes out, it's kind of empty there. I want to say we're done. Yep, we are done with that, with this page. Make sure everything's locked. This is page 4. Ooh, I'm so freaking excited about this, man. Close that. File save. Oh, wait. Let me just zoom in a pinch. I'm going to just check something. Doop. Can I? There we go. So I have it at 30% on my screen. Because 30% zoomed in. Nope, that's actually too big. 25? Okay, I have it at 25% on my screen. I'm looking at it more or less the way it would print. Is it a little cluttered? Yes. Am I really happy so far? Absolutely. So, we're good for that. We're good. File, save. Yeah. I was having a little trouble at first. The very first page I did was page 2. I actually drew this. I drew it by hand. I just made up the character design. Just big eyes, black lipstick, big poofy hair. I just made up the character design right there and then. Then I inked it, placed it in, and I was like, okay, this is how you use the word bubbles. And I was like kind of learning step by step how to use the word bubbles. Then we got to the second page, went back to the correction. There's the second page. Went to the third page, went back to the first page, filled out the text first. I did the text first, and then it just kind of flooded the rest of it. And then this last one, I think this last one's like perfect. Like, it is that's what I'm looking for right there. I am legit tempted to make her breast even bigger in this little panel right here. Like, just to lean into the trope. Like, I'm so tempted. It'll give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. Where's your ink at? Ink, 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 ink. That's ink 2. So... ink. Let me zoom in. Okay. It's the most stupidest, minute thing. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. There we go, though. Alright. Boom. File save. As per usual, we usually do a roughly 2-hour stream. By that time, I burn out. Ooh. Alright. Music is off. I wonder if... Oh, that's right. I'm looking at it through Twitch. I'm looking at the chat through Twitch, which just gives me a name. But the chat on YouTube has the whole restream Twitch. It says restream as if that's the guy's posting it. Technically it is. Then it says it's someone from Twitch, that's their name. Like it takes up the whole damn page. But yeah, I want to say we're done for tonight. I'm good for tonight. This man has to work in the morning, and it is cold out there. To work in that cold ain't no fun. So, yeah, I am going to continue this. Not tonight. The next page, little tiny page. The next page will probably have him suddenly shrinking, like losing all his strength, and a little narration from her explaining like, oh, he must be shrinking because of this. Then the final page will be her like taking him, probably sticking it in his cleavage. The little mini version of him sticks it in her cleavage, and then she runs out of the lab. And then the back of the book will be like what would she do next? And then the follow-up comics. The idea is she's kind of on the run with this horrific version of My Pet Monster. And I'll probably have one where an assassin, presumed assassin, tries to get her and the monster saves her. There's also reasoning why the monster is like protecting her. Which is explained. It's technically explained here, but there's a reason why the monster protects her in the later issue. Then there'll be an issue of a guy just in a solid black trench coat. He's simply described as a mysterious, handsome man, and he's trying to convince her to come back to the lab. And I don't know. It's just these stories about her like running away. Is she in trouble? Is she not in trouble? Do they blame her for what happened? Will she ever will she ever just finish school and get her freaking degree? Which she's trying to. She is going to be a doctor. That's the whole point of this. But yeah, this is the first 4 pages of Tales from Lab 37, the Micro Menace. This is the Micro Menace. And if I just come up with more ideas for Tales from Lab 37, I'll make them, and I'll print them out these little mini comics. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. And I think we're gonna end it then. So, Quatorius Rex, Red Spectra, thank you for jumping in. That one bot who's asking me to purchase views from them, thank you again. We've got bots. I need to make a bingo card for us. I'm gonna make a bingo card. That's on the list. But yeah, for anyone who wants to watch these later on, they are up on Twitch for about a week. They are then they are posted permanently on my YouTube channel, The Burglar's Art, along with a number of pre-recorded videos. Check out my quick vids where I make something cool in a short amount of time, usually a prop or a piece of costume material like makeup and like monster arms and whatnot. They're older videos, but they're nice, and you can probably check out some other things I have there. And that should be it. Stay warm out there. It is winter time, and at least in the New York area, it is cold. Be sure to follow here on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. I'm not asking for what they name is different in each one, but I'm not asking you to throw money at me. But a follow and a subscription where they belong are very nice, and I believe that is it. So once again, guys, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.